Hey, welcome to Woman, Wife, Mama Life. I'm Nisi Nee, and I'm reacting to this video with Arlette Amuli with the catch up with Valeisha and Brian. I already started watching it. I'm about 2 minutes in, and I noticed something, and I want to get the rest of my reaction on camera. So, without any further ado, here we go.
Brian. Yeah.
What made me want to apply?
Yeah.
Honestly, I was looking for love.
Mm.
It was an opportunity that presented myself. So I actually was watching the show prior to being on the show. So I pretty much decided to get on the show. I said,
And what I noticed was her eye shiftiness. That's what's starting to make me think that this didn't go so good, is because her eyes are shifting, and them eyes will tell it all. So, let's see what happened.
well, let me just try this and see what happens. I was astonished that I
See?
got chosen to be on the show. But yeah, so that was my main reason to actually find love and see what
It's
happens.
not giving lovey.
Okay. Felicia, what about you?
Like Brian, I was watching the show, and one of my friends actually was telling me I should apply.
Hmm.
And it was really because this year there was a lot of changes in my life, and I've always been the type to go from relationship to relationship. But like this year, I've been more doing the inner work and introspect on myself. And I was like, you know what? I'm ready to date. So I thought that would be a good way. And when I found out it was based in Arizona, where I'm from, I was like, let's see what happens.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you guys both decided to come on the show. It's definitely a pleasure having you guys. And then, so just to kind of dive into the juicy topic at hand that everyone is obviously dying to hear, since you guys ended up matching when you were on Pop the Balloon or Find Love, have you guys gone on a date? Oh, silence. Why
Yeah,
are we hearing
yeah.
silence?
Hey, all I hear is crickets. But guess what?
I,
Yes,
I didn't
yes.
I didn't know who should start that. We did see each other after the show, so yes,
Okay.
we can say that. Yeah, it was a date.
Okay, so you guys went on a date like right after the show, like after you matched, kind of thing, or?
No, no. I mean, the group went afterwards. We all went out, but then the next day, Brian and I met up.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, that's good. Wow, y'all kind of scared me. There was a little quiet. So what? Where'd you
Well,
guys go? What'd you guys do?
it was kind of like well, Brian can probably tell you, but it was unexpected because I think he was supposed
Okay.
to catch a flight out, but he was here. So, Brian, you tell him. I don't want to be telling your
Yeah,
business.
yeah, yeah. Let's hear from
Oh,
Brian.
so what happened was, so we after we left the show, we ended up going to what was the name of that spot we went to?
No, I was just talking about you missing your flight, but go
Yeah,
ahead.
no, I'm getting in the intel of
That's
deep
number
of
one.
everything we
She
did.
Yeah.
We went to the spot pretty
Uh,
she's
much.
kind of
What
giving
was
it
it? You don't
away.
even know. So,
I don't
I
think it
don't
went
know.
anywhere.
all right, but
Okay.
anyhow,
It was a sports bar. It was a Sunday. It was Sunday after.
everybody from the cast of the show, we hung out there at the spot.
Mhm.
I end up unfortunately missing my flight. Had so much fun. End up getting caught up with time. Missed
Mhm.
my flight and end up having to stay the next day, the following day. So I hit her up and say, I'm gonna be here. I was a little mad about the situation that I ended up missing my flight. So I told her I'm gonna be here. Can you come hang out with me? Can you keep me
Mhm.
company? She was like, yeah, sure, why not? So I said, where can we go? And I guess we ended up going to like some little I can't recall, but I know it was like a bar or something. We ended up watching the football game and catching up and stuff like that. And
Mhm.
yeah, ended up leaving there. She ended up taking me to her mom's house. And I met her mom.
Oh
Her mom was
wow.
pretty nice. I had
It wasn't like that. Don't oh wow
Oh,
nothing.
okay.
I told him. I asked him first. I was like, "Are you okay with this? I know it's weird. You don't know me, but my mom was like, come by the house. Come by. You need to see your sister." And it was like, "Brian, are you
Oh.
okay?" Like that's kind of crazy to make him do
Okay.
that.
well,
Okay.
I'm giving story by story by in
Yeah.
sequence of what happened. And that's how it
Right.
Right.
happened. Yeah, yeah. She
She was
did
like,
invite me
"Oh
to her mom.
wow."
Yeah.
Either way, that's crazy. I don't care if it was spontaneous to end up at your mama house on the first date of y'all meeting. Like, that's crazy. But I mean, some people move faster. And I don't think it was intentional for her to move faster. Maybe it did just happen, but I think you should be intentional. So I would have just said like, "Hey, mama, I'm gonna come by later. Like, I can't come by right now. I'm entertaining somebody." Or I would have told him like, "Hey, can I catch up with you in a couple hours? I need to go see my mom real quick. It can go either way, but I don't think meeting like the parents that soon before you even know the person is a good idea. And by the way that she reacted, she was like, nah, it ain't nothing like that. Yeah, that was a waste of time.
That happened.
So you went to the mom's
Right.
house.
Right. Had some good old spaghetti, you
Ooh.
know, with the garlic bread and the butter on it. But yeah. Yeah. So that's how the first date went. I would say that was an official first date.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Valeisha, how was it for you?
We went to a couple spots actually. The first place we went to, I picked out, but I didn't like it when we got inside. It was I just didn't like the vibes. And then he found a spot in Tempe that we went to, but it was the same. It was like a nice little sports bar. And then I took him to one of my favorite rooftops in Tempe, or I
Okay.
suggested it. We rode together.
By the
And
way,
then
she is a really beautiful woman. I'm obviously I don't go the other way, but I can appreciate beauty. She is a really beautiful woman and articulate. I love that about her.
we went to a rooftop, and then that's when I was like, "Hey, my mom is asking if I could stop by. Are you okay with that?" And we stopped by. But yeah, that's pretty much how the day went. And then I had parked, so he took me back, and that was it. It was kind of like unofficial date, but it was we spent time.
Yeah, I mean it's a date. You guys got to, hang out, do some things together, all that stuff. Maybe obviously get to know each other a little bit more as well. So how was like, getting to know each other? Have you guys gone on any other dates after that point? I know you had to go back home, Brian. So have you guys been able to meet up after that?
It hasn't been good.
Uh-oh.
It didn't make it past Arizona.
Okay,
You
why?
know, it didn't make it past Arizona. I mean, I just felt a disconnect,
Okay.
and it was a disconnect that
Look
I
at her
felt,
eyes
and
again. Her eyes be
I can
telling.
elaborate. Um,
So you
for
felt the
one,
disconnect from that day that you guys hung out, like that entire
no,
day?
the date went good. Everything went
Okay.
swell with the date. I enjoyed their energy. Like everything went swell with the date. But I'm talking
Uh-huh.
about as far as the
Afterwards.
whole. There you go. Yes, the whole
Oh.
afterwards.
Okay. Okay, so
Um,
what you can
the
go ahead and
disconnect. It was
elaborate. Mhm.
so basically the disconnect. I felt as though that she wasn't into me. I felt as though I think the disconnect was more so her not being honest of what she wanted on the show. She
Ooh.
didn't present what she wanted on the show. She didn't say that she said that she told me honestly she said that she don't like smokers. She
Mhm.
never said that she don't like 420 weed smokers.
I
Okay,
don't
so
have a
when she
problem
found
with
out
420
so
weed
when she
smokers.
found out hold on, like when she found out that I smoked marijuana when we hung out, it was an issue. Oh, you didn't let me know that you do this. Why didn't you let me know, this? I said, you didn't state that on the show. How did I know that you didn't like, you didn't state that? Because guess what? It would have been way more pop balloons. You wouldn't have made it to the round you made it to.
Mm. Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Because guess what? Other guys would have popped on you.
I see. So, Felicia, I remember on the show you definitely did say your deal breaker was cigarette smokers. So, did you mean to also say that as well, like with the
No,
marijuana, or
I said what I meant.
okay,
So I said cigarette smokers because that is the deal
Okay.
breaker.
yeah,
Now, as far as what Brian's speaking on, I don't have a problem with people who smoke weed. I can't say that I never have. I can't. That's not my thing.
okay,
His face too. I don't know, like, and again, he's very handsome, looks very good for his age, but his face is giving it away too. I don't get it. Let's just figure it out. Hold on.
We were spending probably what 2 hours together, and he smoked twice.
oh,
And
Okay. Saying that she didn't want a cigarette smoker and that she didn't mind weed smoking probably meant that she didn't. Sorry, my camera being weird. But with her saying that she did not want a cigarette smoker, but she didn't mind a weed smoker, she probably didn't think that it meant that you would have to continuously smoke like 2 times within 2 hours, or especially like I'm still getting to know you. I think that's different. And if we both not smoking or whatever, it's just kind of weird. I don't really know you yet, and that's something constant with you. It's something that she's able to see, though. I'm not gonna lie. It's something that tells more about him. Not to say it's anything with wrong with smoking weed, but that is often. And you don't really know me, so you would think you would be trying to put on your best impression. But hey, at least you know that he liked to smoke weed, right? But let's see.
Whereas after smoking and you're gonna come next to me and be up under me, then I don't really like that as much. I didn't necessarily say that I had a problem with it while we were on the date. But then when he had to smoke again, and the next day when he checked in and he was like, "So how do you think the date went?" I was just like, "We FaceTime." And I was like, just to be honest, I was like, it was kind of a turnoff that you felt the need to have to smoke twice. So do you have like, do you smoke daily? I didn't know. And he was like, I do, or whatever. And I was like, I didn't realize, yes, you're right. Maybe I should have said someone who smokes daily is a problem for me. Cause, or actually, and we didn't even, he was like, at first he was like, I won't smoke around you. So we didn't just stop talking there, but
So yes, she should have broke it down, but there's no but. I guess she should have broke it down. She should have said, "I don't mind someone that smokes weed, but occasionally, possibly, something like that." Kind of making a distinction between like, "Hey, I don't want you to have like a borderline addiction and be smoking weed all the time." Like if weed is your priority, like, go ahead and pop your balloon. So yeah, I guess she should have been more specific, and that would have kind of negated this whole situation. But smoking within the first date or so of knowing somebody, and that's your priority on the date is to smoke.
he did
That's
kind
not
of
right.
like rub me the wrong way when I said that that was a turnoff because he went like a little 0 to 60 on like, you should have said that. And I was like, bring it down. Hold on. Like, I probably should have said that, but I'm telling you now. And I just felt like, he just really took quick offense. And it was like, I don't really know you yet. For me, it was a
Because
turnoff.
that's a
Like,
priority to
stay
him.
Oh,
tuned.
It's to
well,
smoke weed, and ain't
I
nothing
can
wrong with
attest to
it.
that. I'm
Just have to
aggressive.
let
I'm an
people
aggressive
know.
man, and I stand on what I mean, and I stand on what I mean. So at the end of the day, if you stand on what you
I don't
mean,
know
you
if
should have been
aggressive is
upfront
the
with
right word to
what it
use.
was. You shouldn't have. I shouldn't have had to go through, all this to figure out. Oh, you didn't like weed smoker. I should have known this on the show. I should have known this.
Did you not,
And
did you miss what I said?
I hear what you said, but I'm
I
just
said,
saying.
so
Go ahead.
stop saying that I have a problem with addiction. How about that? I should have said that, right?
Yes, you should have said that.
But
So
the thing
you're
is,
But it's not an
saying
addiction.
you're
It's not a.
assuming that
Go
he's
ahead.
addicted to weed.
I asked him if he was addicted to weed, and his response was, I smoke every day. So, are you
Okay.
addicted? I know
Is that
that's
an
not for me to
addiction?
say. I guess I should have. He just said, yeah, I should have said that. Okay. So, if that's the case, I said, I don't want to smell it. So, he said he won't smoke around me. And I said, okay, I agreed that. Let's try this again when I'm in Maryland. So, I wasn't saying exactly like, I don't, I wasn't cutting him short for that. It was a
Okay.
turn off after the conversation, after the communication that followed, and then he went online and said that he should have popped my balloon, and I was just like,
Where was this?
okay,
Yeah, I should have
okay,
popped the
sir,
balloon. Yeah, I said it.
You said it
I
petty
where,
honestly
Brian?
said it. I said it
on
on
social
Instagram. I
media.
put it on, yeah. And she blocked me after that. Yeah, because that's how I felt. Like, honestly. Like,
No, no. I get that if that's how you feel, but communicating that with social media before you have a chance to communicate with her with that situation, that's a no-go as well. So it's, I don't know, running straight to social media, I don't like that. But
could have
yeah.
met the other woman that came after her I mean, I'm just saying. She's a great woman, but I'm just saying, like, I mean, this is who I am. Take me as I am. This is me. Like, if you would have told me what you like, I would have said, okay, cool. Pow!
Brent,
Pop.
we don't know each other yet. Let's be clear. Like, you can't just state all of everything that you want because that's the
You
purpose of getting to know
you're on a
someone.
dating show. Every other woman stated this that their preference that they don't like weed smokers. They was specific, very specific with what they meant.
I think
They
you have a
stand on
problem
what
with
they mean.
listening. I think you have a problem listening because, like I said, you can smoke weed. I told you not to smoke when you're with me or like when you're like,
There's no. I understand what you're saying, but how can you say just like a smoke person? You can't tell a person how much they can smoke or do this and that. If you smoke, you smoke weed. It doesn't matter how many times
okay,
I smoke.
you're right. You
If
see that
I can
reaction
smoke
right
five,
there?
6 J's if I want
You're
to.
good. I'm good. You're right. I'm wrong. You're
I
right.
smoke weed. I smoke
In a
weed. If you
day? He said 5 or 6 J's in a day. And don't get me wrong, like I haven't smoked weed in probably like 6 months to a year. Um, so don't get me wrong, I don't have no issue with weed smoking, but we can be honest when something is like borderline addiction. If it's priority in your day, like you make that a priority of your day. I'm gonna have to ask ChatGPT about that later, like what constitutes an addiction. But yeah, this is not going anywhere because I guess her lack of communication about the weed smoking and his prioritization of the weed smoking has made this situation to where they're not gonna work out at all.
can't
You
put
do.
no.
Yeah.
And I did say that I was going not smoke around you. And then here's what happened after that.
But that I'm gonna be honest with you, that wouldn't be fair to him because that's not authentic. If you are a weed smoker, like I said, you're probably gonna make weed a priority. Anybody that you're with has to kind of understand that. You know, I'll be honest, there are a lot, like there are worse addictions that you can have. So if you're a weed smoker and you don't find someone that is okay with that to that extent, then that's not fair. So not smoking around her is not going to be the answer because you're going to be high all the time in general. You have to be okay with someone that's with you has to be okay with that. So him trying to compromise with that, that's probably when they both should have just backed off because that's not going to work. Come on, what's wrong with my computer?
You the disconnect was off. No calls.
So
The
after that
texting. You stopped
conversation
texting.
where she said, or you guys had the discussion, you're like, okay, I won't smoke it around you. You're saying after that she stopped talking to you.
Well, she didn't stop. I just like I told you, I felt a disconnect. Like
Yeah.
I texted her I texted her one morning, like, hey, what's up? How you doing?
Mhm.
I might say good morning, and
That shit was probably a
she
turn
texts back,
off.
good morning. So I said, how are you? I didn't get a text back for about 6 hours, and I'm like, what's going on? Like,
Okay.
You know
why I
what?
ain't getting a text for 6 hours?
So
And you
One
like,
so
oh,
what
I
is
was
happened?
asleep. I was asleep. What you say? Go ahead, explain this.
I told him my phone wasn't working. One.
Okay.
It was at the time, Brian, and I
No,
told
that I'm
him.
talking about the first time. The first time. That's the second time. That's the second time when you said your phone was working when I texted you. That's the second time. The
I don't
first
know what
time
he.
was the time. The first time when I first texted you when I said good morning. Do you recall
Okay.
when I said good morning and then you said good morning back and I said how are you doing and you didn't text back for 6 hours and then you finally said oh I'm sorry I was asleep. You don't remember that?
You know what, I don't, because guess what? I have bad memory. Let me tell you that now. Maybe that's a deal breaker for you. But let me tell you, I can't look at my phone because
Girl,
the receipts are on my phone. We're using our phones. But if I delayed in speaking to you, I delayed in speaking to you. Like we don't go together. It was
Yeah.
probably
Nah,
what I
see
said,
that ain't gonna work with me.
and I got
I'm
back to
not
you. It
one of them.
wasn't.
that's when he should have known. Like that's like abort mission. It's over with at this point. If she's not like pursuing you as much as you're pursuing her, or even communicating with you, that's when he should have known. And it's okay. I think maybe he was a little in denial about it. Like, nah, she's not trying to put me off. Nah, she's not. I'm gonna keep going at it. She, I think that smoking stuff turned her off, and she didn't know how to communicate that to him. And probably his reaction to the smoking stuff turned her off as well. She should have just
Ignoring
communicated that.
you. I told you what was going on.
That
So
ain't
for
gonna work
him
with
to
me.
jump, he jumped to like we was together already. Like I was already baby or somebody, and he was.
She said like I was baby or somebody. She said I'm not trying to go there with you. She was over it. She just should have been honest about it.
Need this. I need this communication from you. And I was just like,
Correct. Every man needs it.
Brian, I said, when we get back to Maryland, we can connect. Like, It's literally been 2 days.
How can you connect when you got a disconnect and you feel
When
a
I
So,
see
disconnect?
you,
hmm
we're gonna try this again. That's the conversation we had. It wasn't like, let's give this. Okay, I said I was gonna be open after the whole weed conversation. I said when I get back to Maryland, we can have a date. We could try this again. So why didn't you just give it that opportunity?
Because after that call, when I told you, you said your phone was broken, this and that, and I sent you a text message. I said, you're not really feeling me, are you? And you said no. You said honestly, not really. I can pull a text message. You said that.
What did I
I
say
asked you
before
a
I said
question.
that?
You tell me.
I said, if you're so pressed to find out if I'm already feeling you, instead of wanting to give it some time to get to know you, if you just want to run off and tell them whether this worked or not, no, then go ahead, tell him it didn't work because he was so pressed. He
But you
kept
didn't
pressing
care.
to know. Why would you press someone to know? Are you feeling me? Who asked that? Like, just let it
I need to know for my
flow.
own security. There's no letting no nothing flow because I'm a man. At the end of the day, I need to know for my own security.
so
At the
you
end of the
wanted to
day,
know if she's feeling you so that you
yes,
can know what kind of
So he's
energy to
not
give
wasting his
back.
time.
Is that
yes,
like
Arlette.
okay?
Yes,
It's
I can
that's
understand that.
it. That's it.
So, Valeisha, what led to you blocking him?
because I told him that I was open to having more communication with him when we came to Maryland. The
Hmm
fact that he couldn't even get 48 hours before asking me again if I'm feeling him, like, I get that you want to communicate with people, that's cool, but you did turn me off a little bit.
She
But
was
I'm willing to
done.
give this another opportunity, but don't press me. Like, don't press this when we're trying. Like I said, we can try a date when we get to Maryland. Why would you hit me up after we just had this
She
conversation
was
and ask if
done.
I'm feeling you? That
Cause
doesn't make sense to me.
I
I
need
just
a sh-
said we're gonna see. When I get there, it's not like I wasn't answering my phone. I was still answering my phone. I was still texting you back. It's just when my phone actually broke, I think that's what set him off because he was like, "You're horrible at communication." Once again, sir, you don't know me like that. So he
Nah,
went real.
let me tell you something. It don't take that much to know a person. All you to take a couple conversations. I dealt with a lot of women before. So don't tell me what I don't know. I don't know you particularly. I
You
don't,
don't.
but I know these certain traits and stuff that women do. You get what I'm saying? And I'm not categorizing you, but I've seen this before, and that's all it is. I need to know. I need assurance as a man to know if the woman that I'm gonna date or
You
be
must be
with
sure about it.
wants me. I need
hmm
communication. I need an understanding.
So is he?
And that's where she should have just been honest and said, hey, your whole little weed situation, you prioritizing the weed, that's a turn off. And I don't think I can get past that. You know, you cool, you're not a bad person. I just don't think I can get past that. So I don't think we should take it any further. That's where she should have communicated that. Um, so I really don't even know too kind of what he expected after that was exposed, like, hey, this is too much for her. Like, what did you expect? But yeah.
He blocked on everything like Instagram, phone number, all of that, or just Instagram?
Yeah, because like you again, I just felt
She
like
said no
he went
communication.
straight to Instagram to post that he should have popped my balloon when we just spoke. I thought we were gonna try and see each other, but then to go on Instagram and post something like that without telling me, again, it's not that deep. I don't know you, you don't know me. Blocked.
You're right.
Mm.
You're right.
What's the point? Like you didn't even talk to me first. You don't need to. And I'm the one horrible at communication.
So Brian, you posted that on your Instagram after you didn't hear back from her for like after a few hours.
Posted that when I got the clarification that she wasn't into me, and she honestly, I got the clarification
Hmm
of that.
But sir, even when you got the clarification, there was no need to take it to social media. What's the point? I get it, y'all started on social media, but people aren't entitled to know that type of stuff. Like, it was no need to take it to social media. She didn't take it there. You shouldn't have taken it there. That's a red flag. Now, maybe he's thinking in the sense of, I want to give people an update. Yeah. Just doing all the extra. It wasn't necessary. But, hey, you did what you
That's
did.
honestly when I decided to do it. You know,
Okay.
when I felt that disconnect.
So did you guys communicate and tell each other, you know what, I don't think this is gonna work anymore, or it was just
No.
she said what she said, you post on Instagram, boom, block, and that was it?
Well, like I
Yep.
said, honestly, it's not gonna work because, like I told you, I smoke weed, so I know it's not gonna work. I mean, what? She don't like that, and
That's a
I'm not
priority to
changing
him.
something that I do or something that I've been doing before I met her. She either accept what I do. She should have been upfront with what she wanted, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just it.
That's the priority to him. Smoking weed is a priority, and that's fine. That's his prerogative, right? But I will say, as somebody, I've been married like 14 years. You don't always have to change every aspect about yourself, but I would say things that don't contribute to your health or your wealth or your life. It's nothing wrong with changing for the better. So with him saying he's not gonna stop that for nobody, you gonna let weed stand in the way of love? Is it masking something? Are you suffering from something? If that's the case, like, let's get some therapy somehow, some way. But are you really gonna let weed stand in the way of love? That's crazy.
Okay.
I was a lot of things that happened that I was, not necessarily okay with, but I wasn't trying to be picky. The reason why I'm on the show is to explore different opportunities of love and what love looks like and what it could have looked like. So I was just telling him I was open to seeing, because maybe I am a little too much sometimes. I'm a princess, I'll give you that. But when it comes to the weed, it was just the he give you that. But when it comes to the weed, it was just the he was already trying to be all up under me. We were like, so if you're gonna smell like weed and be up under me, and I'm in real estate, I'm a professional, so yeah, I can't be smelling like weed when I go meet my clients. Not to say that's the case, but yeah, that would be a problem if it
That's a
has to.
good point too, because like I said, I don't smoke as much, but when I did smoke, like my husband does it. Like he'd be like, "Go take a shower," go take a shower real quick. You loud. And then also too, I don't like being around my kids smelling like that. Even if like because they don't ever see me smoke, right? But I don't like being around my kids smelling like weed. So I get that too, and that's why I said like he's with him prioritizing his habit. Like you're gonna have to find somebody that's okay with that in a whole that you kind of won't have to hide it from. If that's a priority for you, you're gonna have to find somebody that accepts that in every way, and it's okay with you smoking, coming in smelling like smoke, being all up on them, smelling like smelling loud. You're gonna have to find somebody in that realm, and I don't think she's in that realm with you. Not to say that she's better or lesser than him, but she's just not in that realm with him.
Be that often for you because it's twice in one setting or one. That is a problem. But I was trying to be open. I was trying to be open minded and see if maybe I'm the one who needs to be like
Like
more
lower
open. I don't
standards
know.
in that matter.
Okay.
For honest,
Oh man.
It's
Okay.
not dishonesty, Brian. I don't see if again. I known you for 48 hours before I told you I didn't like it. At least you
I think it
know
was a
now. Like,
miscommunication.
I should have known that on Pop the Balloon.
oh my God! And I should have known you had just went through a breakup in July. Like, stop. You don't know everything that quick. So everybody's supposed to just put it all out there right on the front street to know. No, it moves so quick. That's so like,
In the process of dating, you're gonna learn
if
more about
anything,
people.
I would should have popped y'all balloons because y'all came casual and I came all dressed up and I was like looking at y'all like, oh, are we going to two different places? Like, did
Okay,
BM
okay.
did BM tell them different things? So I was really trying to be open minded.
No, everyone stole the same thing, dressed to impress, first date
Arlette
attire.
said, "Don't bring my man in this." No, he tells everybody the same thing. It's them, not him. Okay, protect your man at all costs, girl.
Oh.
This ain't gonna
Oh
work.
man. Okay. Yeah, I can see that
Look
this
at
um
Brian's face. Oh my god. Okay.
was not going to head anywhere after the conversation that you guys had. But, to go ahead and just kind of like wrap everything up, any upcoming projects that we can be looking out from either one of you? Let's start with Brian.
Um, well, like I said, I'm still doing my podcast. I'm still doing my motivational speaking.
Hmm.
I'm still doing my everyday exercising. Personal fitness, and also
Still
I'm
chiefing.
still doing my business. So That's just
Okay.
pretty much it. Actually I want to come back on Pop the Balloon. You know, I'm
Oh,
single. I'm open. I'm
okay.
open. I'm in the field now. So
Brian like the chief.
yeah,
And now,
I'm a single
any
man.
possible future matches, they know
Here we
Brian
headed.
is a weed smoker.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. And guess what? And any woman that come on there, be honest. Tell me if Arlette asks you guys some of your dislikes of the man, and be honest. Just be honest, okay? And we don't gotta go through this because I wasted my time. Thank you. I had
Oh,
fun though. I had fun.
well, maybe you'll find your match after this now.
I had fun.
It's possible.
But Valeisha,
No.
you are so sweet. I enjoyed your presence. I enjoyed meeting you.
I
You
think
know,
he's genuinely like
and I
that. I'm
mean,
not gonna even hold
I'm
you.
not
I
saying this
think he
like I
like
said. We
that.
could talk in the future, but I just told you
And maybe his
what I
feelings a
do and
little
what I
hurt, but
indulge
he
in,
like that.
and you know what's up.
I
Okay.
mean, even though I blocked you, it's cool.
What she
There's
say?
no, I
Hold
just,
on. He
as
like
a
that.
dating potential, obviously, we're clear that would never be. But,
Correct.
Work.
What she say?
I mean,
Hold
Oh,
on.
and I mean, I'm not saying this like I said. We could talk in the future, but I just told you what I do and what I indulge in, and you know what's up.
Okay.
even though I blocked you, it's cool. There's no, I just, as a dating potential, obviously, we're clear that would never be. But,
Correct.
Work.
as a cool person too, thank you. You too.
And
Petty.
now, Felicia, any upcoming projects on your end?
I can't say that I have anything to announce as far as projects. I do real estate coast to coast, so if you guys need me, I'm still
Nice.
doing that. I will say I am still single.
Hmm.
I won't necessarily say I want to come back to the show, but through all that I've been doing in the introspect, I realized that what I am looking for in a man, and you guys' show has kind of helped me to even evaluate that more and being more truthful, as
Hmm.
Brian says, and being truthful with myself, though, I have to admit that my heart is still with someone else.
Oh.
Um,
Hmm.
so I feel like even though I thought I was ready to date, I feel like, yeah,
Look at Arlette face. She like, girl, your heart. What?
I rather
Oh,
send a
Brian.
public apology right now to Micah Murray, who was someone who now I realize I dropped the ball and
Oh.
fumbled because that was someone who I think genuinely is looking back. I messed that up. I dropped the ball, fumbled that person who I think now through everything I've learned about myself, through everything that I'm looking for, they fit. And yeah, I messed that up.
Okay. And this is your ex?
This is an ex, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I
Hmm.
don't think they would talk to me again because they probably would feel like a fool. Just because, ego, pride, whatever friends, family may say. But I think just taking accountability for myself,
Hmm.
I was the one that mishandled the
Mm.
situation. As Ryan said, I could have been more communicative when it comes to certain things. So
Okay.
maybe he's right. I could work on that.
Okay.
And but I want to just send my public apology. He'll probably never watch this show, and I don't know
You
what could
never
ever come
know.
of
You
that.
never
And
know.
maybe nothing ever will. But I'm gonna just go ahead and say this because if his friends, family, somebody is watching, I publicly apologize because I see the errors in my and flaws in my ways,
Okay.
and I genuinely hurt that person who I want to apologize to.
So coming on the show kind of made you realize, like, ooh, maybe I wasn't ready to put myself out there to date?
I think I'm ready to date. I'm just saying that I realize the things that I'm looking for. And if you, I'm looking back
What
at
you
myself
want?
on this show and I'm saying, I want this multidimensional man. I want somebody who's going to be a leader. I'm looking at all these things and I realize I had that.
Mm.
Um,
Hmm.
and I'm humbly saying, because I'm sure a lot of women won't admit it, I dropped the ball. And I was not in a place, a whole place, like I am
Hmm.
now, the same person to actually admit that then.
Yeah.
And so it may not ever happen with that person, but whoever gets me next will get more of a whole woman instead of the broken person that I was when I dated him.
Okay. Oh, well, that's good to hear. Reflection and the accountability that you're taking now. So, like we said, hopefully this message gets to
Right.
him and
I
we
hope you
see
get
what
your
comes of
man.
it.
Look at
You know?
Brian.
Brian,
Yeah,
Why are you
yeah.
doing
It's
this,
too
Brian? What's
much.
going on?
It's not about
Brian,
you,
like, damn,
buddy.
I'm net
Yeah, but
bad.
I know it ain't about me, but damn, that's why I
Thank you for
say,
helping me appreciate what I'm looking for.
Mm.
huh, all right.
Right.
Don't
Oh
don't
my
put me in
god.
it. I'm not in the equation. This between
You're
you and
right.
this. I'm not in the equation.
Okay.
But I mean, I wish the best of you. I hope he listening.
Yeah.
Hope you can get him
A
back.
part of the process is
But
knowing what you
hey,
don't want.
good luck to you.
So I guess
Yeah,
Brian
Thank
helped
honestly,
him
good
with
luck to
that.
both of you guys, and thank you both for coming on today. And I wish you, like I said, I wish you both the best in your business, in your love life. Brian, maybe we'll see you again. Who
Yeah,
knows?
I hope so. Yeah,
He
yeah.
wants to be
Be on the
seen. He
lookout.
will be back.
Be on the lookout. No, I
Ooh.
want love. I'm gonna find somebody. How about that?
You will.
Yeah.
Oh my
You will.
god. All right,
She said,
guys.
not
Thank
me.
you
All
for
right.
coming on. And
All
everyone at
right.
home, thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you all next time.
Peace.
Bye.
Oh my God. So, wow. Wow. Um, I'm gonna say, like, I'm not gonna put it. A portion of that was on Brian because, with you prioritizing your weed over love, you only leave so much room for a woman to come in your life and be what you need. And you may have to make a compromise. I know a lot of people nowadays hate to use that word, but if that's something that's not enriching your life, it's okay to let it go. It's a bad habit for the most part, especially if you can't bring yourself to do it occasionally, but it is what it is. Um, and then with her, like, I just think she miscommunicated what she wanted, but then too, I think that, like she said, her heart is with someone else. So regardless, maybe of how this went, I don't know if her and Brian would have worked out anyway. Because he's probably very different from the man that she was apologizing to. So I'm not sure if that would have worked. All I can say is, Brian, you're gonna have to get somebody okay with your weed obsession. They're gonna have to be okay with that. If that's important to you, if you're not gonna compromise it, you have to find someone that will accept that. And then with her, she needs to make sure she's done all the self healing that she needs to do before she gets back out there. Because regardless, it's not good to be wasting people's time. And I think she could have been more firm in saying, "Hey, like, we went out on a date. You smoked too much. It's okay to be honest." Because I think that would have stopped it in the road, right? It wouldn't have went no further. They wouldn't have had all this miscommunication, delayed communication, leading on and all that stuff. It's okay for her to have said, like, hey, you smoke too much for me. I can't deal with that. I don't mind smoking, but I don't mind occasional smokers. That's what she should have gave off. But yeah, I hope the best for them. Yeah, the, times like these make me so, like, I'm happy as hell that I don't have to deal with dating right now. Yeah. So y'all subscribe to the channel, like this video, please. And I'll see you later.